What's up, stars? It's your girl, Ivy Star, coming to you with this episode of Ratchet Astrology. Ratchet Astrology 101. Because one thing I have learned, the stars, the numbers, and the cards don't lie. So we are going to get into this very, very potent cosmic energy that we have going on right now. We have some rare cosmic events happening right now in this very moment. So one is the hybrid solar eclipse. There is a solar eclipse happening. It's not visible to us in the U.S. It's visible on the other parts of the world. We may be able to see some pictures of it because it happened, I believe, maybe overnight. You gotta look because it's a shift. So it's a time lapse type of thing. So, you know, it happened, I believe, closer to Australia. We're not able to see it in the U.S. and Canada. So you can try to go find some pictures of that. But it's a very rare occurrence, a hybrid solar eclipse. And it happens to be in the sign of Aries. And Aries happens to be, the moon happens to be new in the sign of Aries for the second month in a row. So very, very rare occurrence. So if you wasn't able to set your intentions last month with Aries energy, then this is your month to do it again, because we like to take advantage of an Aries new moon, because Aries is all associated with the beginning and the new. It's the first sign in the zodiac calendar. So it's all associated with leading off, okay? Leading off, launching things, new beginnings, and things like that. So it's an excellent time for you to tap into that energy and start anything or finish, end it so you can start something new as well during this energy, because the eclipse is all about letting things go permanently. Eclipse energy usually resonates for at least up to 2 or 3 years. So if you're really ready to cut something off, let something go, then now is a good time to do that if you're really ready to start something and do something new, especially when it pertains to anything financial. Because of the Taurus energy, we are moving into Taurus season today, actually. Then you have the power to do that. But this energy is really strong. So whether you are working on the light or the shadow side, you want to really be careful working in this energy. Things that you say, the things that you put out there, the places where you put your energy, you really want to be mindful of that. So Taurus season has begun. But before we get into all those attributes about Taurus, because after we talk about Taurus, we're going to go ahead and get into some readings for this time. Let's talk a little bit about this hybrid solar eclipse in Aries new moon. So this is where we kind of take a pause on manifestation. So if you were able to set your intentions last month, good for you. Hopefully you were able to see some things come to fruition. If you weren't able to set any intentions last month, this will be a perfect month to do it, because we're getting another new moon in Aries. But I want you to pause a little bit on the intention setting and do a little bit more reflecting, because eclipse energy can be a little bit unstable. And me, myself, this is my first time ever hearing about a hybrid solar eclipse, because it's just that rare. It's not something that you should just know what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's something, a very rare occurrence. So when you're working with energy that, one, is kind of unknown and that's kind of known to be a little bit unstable, you want to be careful what you ask for. Just kind of take a look at what you've already asked for and what you've done to really get to that place. Because Aries is an action sign, because Mars, which rules Aries, is the action planet, okay? So it's time for some deep changes in relation to your elevation. It's my assumption that a person would not undergo so many different trials and tribulations and tests just to remain the same. So there's been a real testy energy, especially with Saturn. Saturn has been throwing out real testy energy, just really trying to test your faith, test your relationships, test your strength, okay? So with that testing energy, You didn't go through all those tests and things like that to remain the same. So the eclipse season, or during these eclipses, especially when they're rare like this is where we are able to assert ourselves, because Aries has that assertive energy, like, you know what, let's just get to it. Let's just do it, okay? Or just, bold. Being able to put yourself out there on your new projects or new ventures that you want to venture into. This energy is going to help you do that. You didn't go through all those different tests and trials and tribulations to remain the same, okay? So sometimes we just need a little help. We need a little bit of reminder. So that's why we practice and we work with the moon and the cycles, because it's something that remains constant. Like I said, 3 things that don't lie: the cards, the stars, and numbers, okay? So when we have these eclipses, Aries, the ruler of the first house, which is who we are. This is where we find our ego and our core personality, okay? Other things in our chart are going to influence that, but where you find your true core self is right in that first house. So this particular eclipse, some of the themes, the main theme is going to be personal development. What can I do to improve my life? Even in these times, what can I do to be a better person? Everything that's going on right now is encouraging us to act out in toxic ways. It's encouraging us to engage in toxic behavior. It's encouraging us to kind of tear each other down and things that we don't understand. There's a very divisive energy in the atmosphere because division helps control people. Okay, division helps control people. So the negative energies and the evil powers of the world put out a lot of things to kind of keep us divisive, because once we come together and we come together in love, we'll be unstoppable, because love is also an unstoppable energy. So they make sure that they keep us on the side of fear, so we never operate in love, where I can look past whoever you pray to or whatever it is that you believe in, and realize that we have a more common goal that should be reached, which is bettering humanity on a whole. Not killing each other, not harming each other, pulling down big powers that seek to populate, control, and kill off the earth, okay? If we were able to do that, come together and do things like that, then the people who hold all the power right now, they will be powerless. So they do things to keep us divisive. But it always starts with personal development. What can I do myself to make my environment a better place, okay? Even in these times, I know inflation has us being real tight on trying to invest and put our money into things, but I'm telling you, it's a million things that you can do for free for yourself and for other people that will add to your personal development, okay? What goals have you already accomplished? Don't get so caught up looking at what you have not done already. Okay, we don't want to keep doing that. Don't keep getting caught up in what the comparison trap. Comparing your life to other people, comparing your accomplishments to others, comparing the place where you are in this so-called race or marathon to where somebody else is, okay? We want to get out of the habit of doing that and take a step back and look at what we've already accomplished. What have I already done? Make a list and check it off, so you don't keep going back around in circles, because sometimes we feel like maybe I didn't do enough. Did you do it? Did you show up and do it? Do you want to do it again? If you want to do it again, learn from how you did it the first time and do it again. If you don't want to do it again, guess what? You've accomplished something. You still accomplished something. Just because you decide not to, just because you try something out and you don't follow through on it, doesn't mean that you failed. At least you did it. At least you did something that you wanted to do and you found out that it wasn't for you, and that's okay. Because the problem is pride and ego makes us keep going with things that we don't want to do anymore. If you don't want to do it anymore, then don't do it. Forget what somebody else gonna say. Forget somebody calling you a quitter or a failure. If you don't want to do it, then do not do it. There are other things that you could be putting your energy into that you really want to do. And sometimes when you are looking for purpose, because that's all we're really doing, we're looking for purpose, we're looking for things that make us feel like useful and fulfilled. If something is not making you feel that way and you put it down, only thing that's making you hold on to it is ego and pride. But you have to put those things to the side because you're trying to find purpose. So now it's time for me to go try something else. I didn't like that, so let me try something else. That does not make you a failure. Maybe that idea failed. Maybe it didn't turn out how you wanted it to, but that doesn't make you a failure, because what it did do is give you a new self-awareness of what it is you want and what you don't want, which is a win. Okay, that is still a win. A win is a win. All right, so something else, because when we're talking about pride and ego and how sometimes confrontation causes us to act in a way that we really shouldn't be acting, that's out of character for us, that's not that's not agreeable to your inner being. Okay, like your spirit, like, why are we doing this? You know what I'm saying? We have to learn to increase our assertiveness in certain areas, especially if you've been called to any type of healing practice, leadership, anything where you may have to guide or correct other people. You're going to have to up the assertiveness. You cannot be a doormat to people, especially if you're trying to help them heal. Because guess what? There's going to be some pushback on the inside of them because they're scared. They're scared of the outcome. They're scared of what's going to happen if this doesn't work. So they may be giving you some pushback. Somebody may ask you a question, you give them the answer, and they giving you pushback, and you like, you the one who need help, not me. But at the same time, you just have to remember that they're scared. So we also have to know that there's a line between being aggressive and assertive. Some of us need to get away from being aggressive and defensive. You know, when somebody says something to you, automatically ready to put your jukes up and, fight it out, instead of like talk it out and establish your boundaries. Assertiveness is going to help you establish boundaries. Aggression doesn't bring anything but confrontation. And sometimes you might have to say it with your chest, but it's still a level of assertiveness that's not going to draw you out of your character, but also allow you to set that boundary. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Yeah, I might have wanted to call you every cuss word I could probably think of by the way that you overstepped my boundary, but I'm not. I'm going to handle this conversation like an adult. I'm going to establish the boundary, and I'm going to let you know what the consequences are if you cross that boundary again. Because at the same time, we still human. So I cannot say if you do something to me and I give you the opportunity, like, well, maybe you didn't realize that that's a boundary and maybe that's something you shouldn't be doing. Once I set that boundary and you do it again, I'm not responsible for my actions after you cross that boundary again, because I'm still human. Okay, I'm still human. I may still be apt to pop off. You might catch me on the wrong day and now we scrapping. Okay, so we have to learn to establish being assertive and establishing consequences if people cross that boundary. Forget being non-confrontational, because people are not going out of their way to not be confrontational with you. Matter of fact, they act like they want the smoke. Okay? So learn to establish some assertiveness, especially if you're a leader. Sometimes in order to avoid conflicts, we may become a little passive or non-confrontational. This is a time where we have to use the energy to be more assertive. I said what I said, right? I said what I said. You can't make me bend my boundary. You can't push the envelope a little bit just to see how I'm going to fold, because it's really a power tactic. People are trying to take your power away from you when they try to make you move your boundary, especially when it's not like the boundary is not something that should be unacceptable. It's not like I'm trying to tell you what to do. I'm just telling you what you can't do with me. Okay? So who is going to check me? I said what I said. This is my boundary. This is my door. This is my wall. This is the line that you cannot cross. And I still be accountable for my behavior. That's the consequence. Once you cross that line, I don't feel like I'm going to be accountable for my behavior. Just don't cross the line. Just don't cross the line. So, but you have to understand that some people are sent to rub you the wrong way. Karmic energies that are sent to rub you the wrong way. So you learn to establish that assertiveness. So when you get in arenas where you really got to stand 10 toes down with your chest out, you'll be able to handle yourself. You don't have to agree with me, okay? You don't have to agree with me, but that doesn't mean that I have to back up or back down or change my boundary to make you feel comfortable. So, if I'm too much, then you got to go find less, okay? You just have to go find less because we're not taking that. We're establishing assertiveness. We're not taking any BS. This moon in Aries is also opposite of Pluto. So the BS goes all out of the window because Pluto is currently in Aquarius and we know what's going on with all that different energy. Everybody is woke now. Everybody's third eye is wide open. You can't run from the information out there. We can't run from the internet. We can't run from the AIs. All of this stuff is hitting us all at one time. You don't have time to BS with people. You don't have no time to be on no BS with people, okay? So if you're too much, then tell them to go find less because you said what you said. I don't have to bend my boundary for you because I put this boundary up so I know not to go back myself, okay? So now you messing up my flow. Because now I have to keep having a conversation with you about the line that you don't need to cross. Well, how about, cross it again and see what happens. Transformation. But not like this type of transformation where we're, changing our style. That's very important too. If you're trying to find your identity, one easy place to start is with style. Start trying things on, putting outfits together, trying new things, going out to the stores and seeing what you like and seeing what type of aesthetic and what type of look you're going to get into. That will help you. There's nothing shameful about having a little bit of an identity crisis because a lot of us were raised a certain way with certain ideas and values. You know what I'm saying? We were just raised a certain way. We were raised to dress a certain way, talk a certain way, material that we read, maybe a certain type of religion has influenced your style and the person that you are right now. And now you're breaking off into your own person and you're questioning some of the things that you're taught. You're at this place when you're a journey where you're just ready to find yourself, find out who you are. Your personal style is always a good and easy place to start at. Because it's going to also show you other people who may have that same similar style. And they are going to have information pertaining to that aesthetic and that lifestyle that you may not have been privy to, that you're going to begin to find out things that you like and what you dislike. You know what I'm saying? So if you are having an identity crisis in this time of transformation, because we all can feel the pull of transformation. Something is pushing us to change, okay? If you're having an identity crisis, then start with your personal style. But this is also big change, okay? This is big change. This is like big moves, big career changes, breaking toxic ties, which is always a big one, okay? A lot of times we don't even realize people are being toxic to us, okay? That they're rubbing off on us in the wrong way, that they're being toxic to us. I'm not saying that you just being in an abusive relationship with someone, whether they're friend, family member, lover, is toxic. But other shit could be toxic. Toxic workplaces, you know what I'm saying? Toxic places that we may hang out, we don't even realize that they're being toxic to us. People we may hang around because we're not partaking in what they're partaking in. That stuff rubs off too, because guess what? That saying, birds of a feather, it's a true statement. People are going to rub off on you. You can try to sit around like you're unbothered and unaffected all you want to. But the moment some conflict comes up, you're going to find yourself acting like those people that you've been around. So be very careful. So this eclipse is bringing big changes. Big changes, okay? And Aries is all about what's going to make you better, okay? It's all about going further, okay? Moving forward, pushing forward, not doing too much looking back. That's why even though Aries may have a reputation for possibly being a little aggressive or having an attitude, they don't hold grudges. They're just a forward moving sign, okay? So this energy is just telling you to whatever it is that you got to drop off and let go to move forward. This is your time to do it. So like I said, the eclipse will not be visible in the U.S., but so people won't be tune into that energy too much, you know what I'm saying? So it won't get too crazy. But this does not change the fact that this is your time to make those big changes. Go for your new beginning, okay? Take a risk. This is risk taker energy, okay? It's time to take a risk, okay? But be careful, because Mercury is retrograding in Taurus, which we're going to talk about now. So, you know, be careful with your investments, because Taurus is all about a sign of wealth and comfort and stability. And right now, Miss Mercury is making her retrograde rounds in Taurus because of some things that you need to back up. So what do I always say when we're going through retrogrades? That it's all about the Pay attention to the retro. Pay attention to the So we may need to revisit some money-making ideas. So if you have some ideas on how you wanted to get your coins up and what you wanted to do with your money, then this might be a time for you to revisit those ideas. Return to sender, okay? I am not big on hexing. I'm not big on hexing unless somebody is really trying to harm you, somebody is really trying to stop you or in your way, then I will put a stop. I'll put a stop. If a stop is what you need, then I got one for you. But I am and will advocate on behalf of doing some return to sender action. And when you go on the Patreon, that's what I'll do. We'll do a return to sender ritual on my Patreon, because we do rituals that correlate. This is return to sender energy. You know, in the last season, we were going through a season of healing, okay? We were going through a season of healing and seeing where we are in our relationships, and a lot of us going through heartache and pain and partner breakups, friend breakups, family breakups, just breakups all over the damn place. Like, people just falling off by the wayside, people showing their true face and their true colors, and people like us being like, I'm gonna stay away from that, okay? So now we have this energy that has been created where people don't like that. People don't like when you tell them to get on with that BS, with your bad energy. I don't have to deal with that. I don't have to talk to you. People do not like it when you go on about your life unbothered by the stuff that they try to do. And they will send bad energy your way. And it's not like okay, so the Bible even itself says that it is life and death in the power of the tongue. Have you ever said somebody's name and they pop up? Okay? Have you ever said somebody's name and they call you? You ain't talked to them in a long time. Or you run into them. That shows you that there is life and death and power of the things that we say. Have you ever said that something was going to happen to you and it actually happened to you? Even though you might have been able to avoid it happening to you, like, man, I just know this is going to happen. I know this is getting ready. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just know your intuition, but a lot of things we speak into our own existence, because this whole world that you see in front of you is the world that you created. I'm looking at the world that I created, okay? I'm looking at the world that I manifested. I am looking at the power of my tongue manifested in my life, okay? So, return to sender. I am big on that, because I know people talking about me, okay? I know people talking shit about you. It don't matter. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to be poor. You don't have to be good. You don't have to be bad. Somebody, somewhere, you are a villain in somebody else's story. I might be a villain in a lot of different religious people's story, because I debunk all of that. Because I feel like the way I feel, that we all serve the same creator, and religion was just created to divide and conquer people. So in a lot of religious people, I might be a villain in their story, and they might have a lot to say about me. They might call me demon, devil, witch, whatever, devil worshiper, anything you want to call me. I might be a villain in a lot of black people's story, because it's certain behaviors and things that I don't encourage, that I feel like detrimental to the black community. And it's not for me to call them stupid or ignorant. It's just a call to wake up. But they don't want to hear that. She too this, she too woke, she too spiritual, she too. I might be a villain in a lot of different people's stories. You may be a villain in a lot of people's different stories. Their narrative of you is not what has to be written. But I do encourage you every now and then to do you a cleanse and do your return to sender, because you don't know what's being said behind your back. You don't know what type of energy is being put out there and why you keep running into trouble every time you turn, because somebody with the power of life, of death in their tongue, and they know it, is talking about you. It's talking down on you. It's trying to tear you down. It's trying to destroy the life that you created, playing with you like you a little doll or something in their head, and they want to see your downfall. So return to sender, okay? Return all that and take it back. I don't want it. People are often people and unfinished business. This is a big thing with Mercury retrogrades. You know, they always talk about the ex coming back and all that other stuff. It ain't always about exes. It's just about people and their unfinished business, because Mercury is the ruler of communication, okay? So when we think about communication, our mental processes, how quick our mind moves, we want to think Mercury. You always pay attention to where Mercury is in your chart. It'll show you how you communicate and how communication comes to you. So during the Mercury retrograde, a lot of people may come back to you with their unfinished business, okay? Maybe yo had a conversation or a fallout with somebody and you never got the closure that you needed. It's coming. Especially with this eclipse energy, there's going to be closure, okay? But Mercury retrogrades usually bring some type of closure. So that's why a lot of times people say your ex come back around. Maybe y'all didn't, maybe the last thing y'all had was a fight. Y'all broke up, but y'all never really, discussed the terms of whether y'all gonna, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it's not just exes. It's also friends, family members, any unfinished business that you may have, business partners, anything that you may have picked up on or was talking about in a conversation that did not complete or did not get the closure or the ending of the story. That type of energy is something that we deal with during Mercury retrogrades as well. So watch your step. Watch your step, because you might not be ready. So if you're not ready, get ready. Make sure that you're keeping your aura all cleansed, taking spiritual baths, and making sure that you are just taking everything one grain of salt at a time, one step at a time. Don't be so quick to react, because it's some very quick reactive energy as well. It's some I'm telling you right now, it's some who wants to smoke energy in the air right now. So just watch your step, watch what you say. And, just try to prepare yourself for whatever may be coming. If you can think of some stuff like, you know what, me and such was talking about this and we never finished that conversation, be ready for it. Or go ahead and initiate it yourself so you can go ahead and check it off of your list. Because this energy that we are working with, the reason why we want to take care of any unfinished business is because how are you going to flow? You are a vessel and you are only meant to hold so much information, so many relationships, so many people and things at a time. You may have this unfinished business that is holding you up, okay, from getting to the next level. So just watch yourself. So Taurus has a very solid energy, right? So this is going to help you move towards stability and comfort, okay? This retrograde is not coming to just mess your life up, okay? Or mess up your relationship. It's coming to show you what in your life might already be messed up so you can fix it. So you can get to the level of growth and stability and comfort that you really want to, that we're working with in this Taurus energy, all right? So during this Taurus season, this is really a good time for us to take a look at who's around us, who we're dealing with, our home life, our inner circle, just really making the changes and doing some freaking team building while we're working in this energy. Where's my team, okay? Where's my team? Ask yourself, where's my team? What do you want to do? What are the type of people that you require around you to do it? And start making a list, okay? You don't have to put a name on it yet, but make a list of the people that you feel like you need in your life right now to accomplish your goal, and watch the list begin to fill in itself, okay? It's time for us to find our tribe. If you live in the Americas, it's going to get a little wild, okay? We just beginning at the level of wild stuff, at the, confrontation, war, changes to the US dollar, which is all big Taurus energy, okay? All of this stuff that we have going on right here, right now. You're going to want to find your tribe, because there is a possibility of coming out on the end of all of this drama that's about to take place. America is not exempt, and it is not the first country to have the problems and the issues and things that's going on. Actually, America is considered a baby country. America is really considered a baby civilization. It's really just a big experiment to see what people would do if they had choice. Because other places, they ain't got no damn choice. It's just whatever the hell the government say is what the fuck is gonna go. And that's cool too. Because as you can see, a lot of people don't deserve choice. You give some people choice and they just lose their damn mind. But this Taurus energy, this is really just a time to evaluate who makes me feel like home, okay? So, let's do some readings. And y'all enjoy this Taurus season. Get out, get grounded, put your feet on the ground, burn you some brown candles and green to really just tap into that earth energy, that natural energy that we have. I don't know what the hell they doing in the sky, but I know one thing: I can still go outside and plant my feet in the grass, in the dirt, in the sand, in the water. You know what I'm saying? They trying to kill our poor baby planet, but it's all right. She's resilient. She survived worse. But I know one thing. While we on hexes and stuff like this, I did see one of the spiritual girls that I be seeing or follow sometimes on TikTok. I try not to get too much into it because the bottom line is that every spiritual journey is really personal, okay? So what we get on here and we show y'all, I try to keep it closer to the collective. I don't get into a lot of different personal things because I just don't want you doing everything that I'm doing, because now you're not learning yourself. You're not learning what works for you. You're not learning what works for your ancestors. Some of the things and the practices that I have pulled together is because I'm taking what works for me and taking the information that I have from my ancestors and I'm putting things into practice. And you have to do the same thing. So I try to keep it pretty general. But she was saying something, and I found it quite interesting about why she hexes politicians. Because as long as somebody is trying to harm you, then it is okay for you to protect yourself, right? So she put Joe Biden in a jar. When she found out that he was getting ready to drill a hole in Alaska, she put Joe Biden in a jar. And you know what? I don't blame her. Go for it, sis. His old boy on the way out the door. You know what? That's what we really need. We just need a whole new Congress. Everybody up there is old, okay? These people have seen world wars, Jim Crow, civil rights, child, just all type of stuff. And they just up there making the laws, making the rules. So let's start with Taurus. Let's start with Taurus because it is your season, Taurus. It's Taurus season. So let's take a look. All right, Taurus. All right. So I see plenty of messages coming. I see a lot of messages and in early beginnings of something. So the first one I see is the Page of Wands, which means that you got your eye on your goals and you are enjoying every moment. So Taurus, a lot of different inspiration and new ideas coming to you. You're ready to explore your limitless potential, discover new things, and you're just receiving all type of information, and it's giving you this feeling of excitement and freedom of what's next, right? What's next? Just giving you this passion and this fire to kind of like go for what's next, set some goals, and enjoy every moment of it. So you're finding things that you love, you're putting passion behind it, right? So The reason is because we're trying to get into this Empress energy where you can do anything you want and be happy with the results. So the reason why you're finding things that you love, that you are going after new inspiration and ideas and tap into all this new inspiration, because you are ready just to be able to do what you want and enjoy the results. So you're ready to do what you love. It looks like right here you are ready to do what you love, do what you love. So what you do have working for you is that curiosity and thirst for knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Being able to research and negotiate and receive new information, the Page of Swords. So we go from the Page of Wands, bringing us all this good stuff with passion and energy, to increase mental energy. Okay, so take your time to think before you act, though. Take your time to think before you act. But you do have that working for you. The way that downloads are coming really fast for you. Now, what it seems to be a challenge is you getting rest. So you're not taking time out to focus, so the answers will come. So you got all this new information that's being presented to you, and it's coming so fast. And it's coming so fast, and you know that all of this information, once you're able to get it together, is going to get you right into that Empress energy that you'll be able to do whatever you need to do and be happy with the results. But you also need rest. You also need rest, Taurus. You need rest. You have not been getting the rest and the relaxation that you need to be in order to plan for the future. Now, what you do have to be leery of is that you be smart and take life as it comes. So get you some rest. Rest up, because you know this new phase that you're moving into is going to bring a little bit of competition, some rivalry, maybe some disagreements. But you know there is no growth without resistance, okay? So take all that new information you got, really just kind of put it together, but make sure you get the rest that you need so you are able to achieve the abundance that you are currently seeking. All right. So Gemini. All right, so Gemini, I see where there has been some completion here. The World card is basically when everything kind of comes full circle. Everything kind of worked out. Whatever you were working on or whatever place you were in your life, it kind of came full circle. Things worked out. They kind of came together. You were able to fulfill something, some type of celebration here. Maybe traveling, taking a big trip, graduating, some type of celebration of life. Something has came full circle for you. So right now, the place that I see you in is that you have a dynamic energy of a leader. So you're ready to move forward and take on some leadership. The King of Wands is the card that comes up here. This is the visionary. This is the entrepreneur card. This is the leadership card. Able to overcome challenges, the king, mature, career focused, you know, those type of things. So that's the energy that you're kind of in now. Now, what I do see for the near future is a test of faith. Maybe just going to test of faith, but you have to understand, anytime that you take on a role of leadership, anytime that you go on a new venture, anytime that you try to do anything that's going to improve you, there's going to be challenges. So this is kind of like a challenge card, but not a bad challenge. All you have to do is believe in yourself and have the courage to continue. So don't let anything to deter you or to stop you, Gemini, from this phase that you are walking into. Big fire energy, so make sure that you're keeping your energy up and remaining passionate about the things that you want to do, Gemini. Gemini. And after Gemini, we have Cancer. Cancer. Cancer, big focus on home life. And when we are listening to our horoscopes, make sure that we want to, I say sun and rising. Other people go sun, moon, rising, Venus, whichever one resonates with whatever one of your signs. But because we are doing near future readings, near past, near future, and present, I would say sun and rising for sure. But Cancer, All right. So, 10 of Pentacles for the Cancer. Everything has come to fruition in your life and you experience the wisdom of every stage. So this looks like the completion of a cycle for you as well, but it has to do with Pentacles, which is the card of coins. So this is a financial cycle. So this is talking about wealth and financial security, maybe the inheriting some money, getting a large lump sum of money, something that's going to contribute to you having a much more stable life. It's not always about money, but just acquiring something, gaining something that puts you at a better station in life and gets you closer to the stability and, you know, just domestic life that you want. Okay, so this has a lot. The 10 of Pentacles has like a heavy like Virgo energy, and Virgo is an earth sign, and Virgo is all about self-awareness, self-care, hobbies, and things like that. So maybe one of your hobbies paid off. Something paid off for you though, and it got you closer to where you wanted to be as far as your home life and your stability and your security is. So right now, I see you trying to balance those responsibilities. So even more earth energy. This card is often associated, the 2 of Pentacles associated with Capricorn, because we know that Pentacles is the earth element. The arcana of Pentacles is associated with elements of earth. So this has big Capricorn energy, and we know Capricorn is the sign of work. So right now it looks like you're trying to juggle multiple things. You may be having an issue with your time, trying to get your time together, weighing your options, having decisions to make when it comes to your finances. But find balance in your life to build your success. So balance it out. Balance it out. So whatever you have received or required, this is your time to go ahead and balance it out. And that could be time. It's resource, okay? When you look at Pentacles, it's not just about the coin. It's about resource as well. So just balancing your resources. Time is a resource. Energy is a resource. Money is also a resource, okay? So just balancing those things out, it looks like the energy that you're in. And we have more Pentacle energy. So heavy, heavy, heavy resource money energy for you right here, Cancer. So what I see here is the Queen of Pentacles, okay? Focusing on your home, family, success, and abundance. That's the goal. That's where you focus on. That's where your tunnel vision is. You want to focus on your family and your home and success and abundance. So those may be the things that you're trying to balance. How do I balance my home life with the wealth and things that I want? So just being more practical and supportive. The Queen of Pentacles is a nurturing energy, very reliable and providing financially. Maybe this is like a secure person in your life, or you may be becoming that secure person that people can depend on. But the Queen of Pentacles gives this energy of you can depend on them for wisdom. You may be able to go to them and get a couple dollars. You know what I'm saying? How your granny used to ball the money up and put it in your hand and give it to you. You know, big Queen of Pentacle energy. We ain't never really know how much money Granny had, but we know when Granny seen us, she had us a little 20. You know what I'm saying? That type of energy right there. So just really getting settled into your home life. So I see the theme here for you right now, Cancer, is balancing your home with your work and with your resources. Okay, I see resources really coming to you and just really having the energy to go ahead and balance those things out. Okay, so with this energy right here, this Queen of Pentacle energy, this may be you, or this could be calling you to get in touch with someone who is wisdom in the matters of building your finances, investing, and, you know, home life, getting with someone who has that maternal instinct, who can really help you. You know what I'm saying? That motherly energy that can kind of guide you and show you how to save. You know, like how older guys always make jokes about women who hide money and stuff like that, like a woman to tell you she broke and she really got a whole bunch of money in the bank. That type of energy, get what you have. Maybe this is calling you to either be that type of person or find that type of person so they can help you sort out and weigh out your options right now so you can balance your resources with your work and your life. After Cancer. Who after Cancer? Virgo. Virgo, are you after Cancer? Yes, you are. Because you... Nope. Leo. Nope. Virgo. Nope. Leo. Leo. Leo, ruler of the 5th house. We got it. Leo, you're next. Leo. Cancer is the 4th house. Leo is the 5th house. That's how I remember. Leo. The 5th house. The house of creativity and romance. All of the signs have their influence on money and love. They just have different ones. Okay. But that 5th house, that's how you get creative with it. That's how you get creative. That's where you get creative at. And it's also where you can find how you get creative romantically as well. So, Leo, some strong emotional energy here. So let's start with where we were. Your success in the face of difficulty. The Chariot. The Chariot. So the Chariot is all about movement and progress. It is also about action and determination and willpower, direction and departure, all at the same time. So it's about me leaving and where I'm going, all at the same time, okay? Victory, a journey. So the Chariot is like, it's that pick up and go energy. So recently you may have made a decision to pick up and go, or you haven't gone yet. You're still debating on what you're going to, but this is big pick up and go energy. And because this is associated with Cancer, this has something to do with our emotions and how we are feeling. Something may have made you feel like this is not it for me. It's time for me to pick up and go and move forward. It's not about just moving. It's about moving forward. This is all about progression. The Chariot card is an action card. When you think about a chariot, what do you think about? I think about Roman soldiers or Egyptian soldiers just powering forward with all these horses on chariots. Yeah. You feel me? So this is where we are. Your success in the face of difficulty. So maybe you had some difficult decisions that you needed to make emotionally, but you are moving forward towards your success. So where we are now is the 4 of Cups, and the 4 of Cups is all about contemplation. Just disconnecting yourself, just this restlessness, you know what I'm saying? Maybe being bored with what you're doing. That you be careful that your focus doesn't close you to new ideas. So maybe you have gotten so focused on moving forward that you have tunnel vision and you haven't been able to receive any new ideas, and you're feeling kind of restless and you're feeling kind of bored. And it's all about, there's idea being presented to you and you just kind of focused on the other ideas. But there's this idea trying to be presented to you. If you ever looked at this card, there's anytime that you see this hand just reaching out of nowhere, this is a thought. This is a thought from the universe. This is an idea or something from the universe. Anytime you look at the card, like on the Ace of Pentacles, or even right here on the 4 of Cups, there's a cloud with a hand reaching out of it. So a new idea is trying to come, but guess what? He's sitting up here focused on these last 3 ideas that either worked or didn't work, but he's bored. He's contemplating. So right now, this is a time of meditation for you, Leo. This is a time to reevaluate. You're disconnected, you're bored. So now this is the time for you to reevaluate and contemplate on what it is that you want to do. And since cups are associated with emotions, that's where we start at. That's the energy that we deal in. It's not resource, it's not mental energy, and it's not passion. Those are the other arcanas. We're talking about cups right now. So this is the second time that this Cancer energy is coming up. And we know that Cancer's energy is going to be associated with your home life and the things that we are tied to, especially your mother, because the moon rules over Cancer, and The fourth house is where we find our relationship with our mother. So this may be in relationship to a motherly relationship, a relationship with an older woman or mentor that may be in your life right now. But it's time for you to reevaluate some things because it looks like you're getting bored. So just meditate on what it is, the decision that you have made to move forward. You said you're going to move forward. You're meditating on that decision right now. And what you have to look forward to is the Ace of Wands, which is a good thing. That means you're going to find the inspiration that you need for a new project, the urge to create, willpower, potential beginnings, new opportunities, and growth. That's what the Ace of Wands is about. It's all about finding that new fire. It's all about finding that new passion and that new energy so you can get past this place. So it's being presented to you, but you're too focused on what already happened. So we have to let that go. We have to let go what has already been done, what has already made us feel some type of way. Take on the new idea, the new outlook through our emotions, so we can get to the Ace of Wands, which is waiting for you with new ideas to take action on your ideas. So this is all about ideas and things being manifested, but sometimes our emotions, Leo, can kind of get in and taint those ideas and draw energy from what it is that we're trying to do. So we got to just go ahead, sit the cups down, meditate on what happened, take that chariot energy, and continue to press forward. And then the new project is going to come. The new energy, the new urge to create, new power and desire and potential and growth, okay? Now, we got Virgo, which rules over house 6, the house of hobbies and wellness and self-care. Okay, and like I said, all houses have some type of influence on love and money. Virgos happen to have a practical outlook when it comes to like love and money and what they want and how they tend to acquire it. Pretty straight to the point. But Virgo, all right. So Virgo, it looks like you also have come from a place of celebrating. Maybe you just graduated. Maybe you just took your first big trip, or maybe you just took a big trip that you've been planning for a while. Maybe you have arrived at a place or a station in life. Something has come to completion for you. All right. So right now, it looks like you're the one operating in this Queen of Pentacles energy where you're just being supportive and just being able to be reliable. So maybe you just maybe you just finished, maybe you just graduated and now you're able to make more money and be more of a help to your family, or just putting yourself at a better station in life where you're kind of focused on your home, your family success, and abundance. You're balancing things out. You got this big Queen of Pentacles energy right now, this nurturing energy. So what I see coming is the Four of Pentacles. So we're gonna go back a little bit. So we're gonna go back from the Queen of Pentacles to the Four of Pentacles, where we're going to have to realize that holding on tight can keep you right where you are and stop you from moving forward. So this is all about saving money and self-improvement and wealth and security. When we're looking at the Four of Pentacles, it's either calling you to save or it's calling you to invest, okay? But either way, it's calling you to make a smart decision when it comes to your finances and your the way that you save and the way that you spend, okay? If you've been spending too much, this is your call to save. If you've been saving a lot and you've been backing out of some investments because you're scared to lose something, this is your opportunity to take a risk, Virgo. Virgo, and congratulations. The World card comes up. That means that you just did something big. You did something big, and congratulations are in order. And now we have Libra. Libra, those lucky, lucky Libras. Who needs a rabbit's foot when you got Libras? Libra. Libra. All right. Okay. So Libra, it looks like you've just come out of a phase of judgment, and it's not as doom and gloom as it sounds. It's answering a call to action that creates new opportunities. So judgment, we all have to be judged. More importantly, we should judge ourselves daily first. But we all have to be judged, because how do we know that we're in the right place, right? If we're not judging ourselves or comparing ourselves to the last self. Try not to compare yourself to other people, but compare yourself to the last selves. And when you do need to compare yourself to someone else just to make sure you're kind of doing it right, that's not abnormal. Do it with a mentor. Find mentors and peers who are on the same thing that you are on. We don't want to fall into a comparison trap, because other people may just be putting themselves out there just to make themselves look bigger than what they really are, or, to, make themselves feel like they're above others and things like that. So it's always good to find a good trustworthy peer group, or mentor, okay, that can really help you with things. But it looks like you just came out of a phase of judgment, and this is all about rebirth. This is all about the inner calling. This isn't about, oh, you did something bad, now I have to smite thee, okay? This is more like a absolution or awakening. Like, you know what? I looked at the situation. I didn't like it. It's time to make some changes. This is all about rebirth, forgiving yourself, mercy, okay? Just having mercy on a situation. Maybe you did do something wrong. Maybe you were on the wrong track, and now you are getting on the right track. But this is what judgment is about. It's about answering the call to action that creates new opportunities. This is about stopping even your own self in your tracks, like, this is not right. I'm going to do something else, Libra. So it looks like right now, because of this, you're able to go ahead and take action on those opportunities. So take action on your ideas. Life is moving ahead. Horses don't stop, they keep going. You can lose your life, but they don't keep going. Why not risk life when it's going to keep going? Okay, so it's time to act on those ideas. So the 8 of Wands, if you ever seen this card, is 8 wands flying really fast out of the sky. I don't know where they came from. They just flying. It's like somebody threw them like a spear or something like that. But it all indicates swift movement, okay? So speed, action, movement, swift change, manifesting quickly, results, quick decisions, and air travel. So it might be time. There's another fight. Okay? So, this is all about moving ahead and moving forward. So whatever happened right here, don't be too hard on yourself, because it has to come. We all have to go through judgment, okay? We all have to judge ourselves accordingly, or be judged accordingly. Sometimes when we can't see the problem ourselves, someone might come along and tell you, like, look, you better stop, because this is what's going to happen if you keep going in that direction. And it's going to help you change directions quickly. So this could also be a trip. Maybe it's time for you to take a trip. So, in all of that, we got more fire. So we go back to the 2 of Wands, which is going to give us the energy to believe in your personal power. So make the move, okay? We already went through what it is that we need to do. We've been judged, okay? You consider yourself judged. And now it's time to take action, that's where we are now, whether it be traveling, whether it be making quick decisions. Something is moving very fast for you right now, Libra. And it's bringing you to the planning progress, making decisions, more travel, happiness goals, reconciliation, possibly leaving home, okay? So maybe it's time for you just to make a big move. Maybe you went through a judgment phase and you like, I don't like this. Time for me to move around. So this energy right here is encouraging you to make whatever move you need to make when you found what you found out during this judgment phase, okay? It's time to move forward quickly, fast, in a hurry. Libra. And after Libra, we got Scorpio. Scorpio. All right, Scorpio. So it looks like recently you have been trying to seek balance, to create some calmness, kind of balancing out. We have the Temperance card, and the Temperance card is, you know, this big old angel that has these two cups and he's passing water back and forth, okay? Passing water back and forth. Those cups represent your time and your energy, okay? So Temperance is all about finding balance, living in harmony, doing things in moderation, okay? Doing things in moderation, not overdoing it, being sensible, and, you know, finding meaning and purpose in life, okay? So Scorpio, you just been looking for the meaning. And Scorpio is a very deep sign, so I can see that. But it looks like you've just been recently just trying to find purpose and meaning in things. So where you are right now is that anything that you can imagine, you can make real, okay? Anything you imagine, you can make real. What did I say? We manifest our life. Our perception is what creates the life that we are in right now, okay? How we see things. So this is all about the Magician card. The Magician card also shows us that we have all of the tools that we need in order to manifest the life that we want, to have power, to have the self-confidence, our skills, our creativity. You got it all in you. The Magician just shows up to show you that you have everything that you need already to make and create the life that you imagine and that you want. So what you have to look forward to in the near future is some challenges, okay? Some challenges. You're going to have to hold your own and stand up for yourself and maintain control, okay? You're going to have to maintain control because once you start knowing who you are and people start getting pushed out of your life, Scorpio, or people start getting drawn in, they're going to bring challenges, okay? There are going to be some challenges. There's going to be some challenges anytime that you try to shift. So I just want you to be prepared, and there may be challenges, but you can do it. You got this. You got this because you have been working on finding your purpose. So anytime that we start digging and looking for ourselves, it's going to get a little dirty. It's going to get a little dirty, but you can do it. You can do it. You got this because, like I said, you have all the tools that you need. They are on the inside of you. The Magician, if you notice, he's playing with the wands, he's playing with the cup, he's playing with the pentacle, and he is playing with the sword, okay? He know how to manipulate and work with all three because everything that you need is on the inside of you. So there are going to be some challenges. It's going to get a little dirty, but you got this. You got this. That purpose, that meaning, that you are looking for right now, that balance and that harmony, it's all coming to you. But we just got to do the work. We got to put the wands in the ground and stake it. Okay? It's all yours, Scorpio. It's all yours. All right, Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Can't sit still. Sagittarius. Sagittarius. So let's take a look. Sag. All right, Sagittarius, like you got a little bit of drama going on here. So the first thing that I see here is that you have been going through some conflict, some disagreement. Maybe you were competing for something, maybe a position at a job or something like that. Or it could even represent being in a toxic or abusive relationship. Anything along those lines of conflict where we got to fight it out. This is the Five of Swords. Big Aquarius energy. So the reason why this card is kind of associated with Aquarius when it comes to this level of conflict, because this type of conflict is when you've just had enough. You've had enough. I'm standing on what I said. I said what I said. And whoever don't like it, we just gonna have to fight about it. And, you know, even though Aquarius is a sign of humanitarianism, it's also a sign of truth. So sometimes when you stand on your truth, people not gonna like it and you're gonna have to fight it out. So sometimes the victory is not worth the cost. So whatever it is, it may look like a loss, but you really won, because some battles are just not worth winning, because it'd be like, damn, did I really win? what was the prize to begin with? Okay, so it looks like you just went through some level of disagreement where, you know what, I'm just gonna take my losses, take my wins and take my losses, and I'm just gonna go head on. So it brings us to the Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Swords, it just lets you know that it has ended. It is finished, for better or for worse. At least it's done, okay? No matter the outcome. So whatever this conflict that I'm seeing right here that you just recently went through, whatever it is that you just went through, it might have hurt, but at least it's done. Okay, at least it's done. The Ten of Swords often is a reminder of painful endings, deep wounds, betrayal, loss, crisis, failure, collapse, feeling defeated, okay? You might have lost the battle, but if you're here, you didn't lose the war. And just like with the Five of Swords says, every victory is not worth winning. So even if you don't feel like you won, at least it's done, okay? Well, you can say that it's done now. So how do we move on to the next energy? So the next energy is to go ahead and take action on your ideas. Life is moving ahead, so don't get stuck here. Don't get stuck here laid out with all the knives and stuff in your back, okay? Don't get stuck there, because remember, the swords, this has to do with mental energy, okay? So the 5 being associated with Aquarius, standing on truth and, you know, just taking your losses and moving along. The 10 being associated with Gemini, where you may have conflicting energies, you know what I'm saying, and different things like that. It's definitely finito though. At least it's done. At least it's done and you have time to recover. So what you're going to want to remember though is that life is still moving, okay? Life is still moving. So you also have to tap into this 8 of Wands energy where we just take off, okay? Even if that means having to move away from the situation. Like, say this has something to do with a breakup. Maybe it's time for you to depart. Maybe this breakup was just what you needed to go ahead, jump ship to the next city, okay? Because this also has to do with air travel. Maybe this was the breakup. Maybe this was the thing that you needed. Maybe losing this job. Maybe breaking up with this friend. Maybe getting out of this peer group. Whatever loss that you have taken, maybe this was just what you need to get you where you need to go, because now you have the power of quick travel, because whatever baggage you just dropped off is not going to hold you back anymore. So you are able to move forward and do what it is that you need to do, because the 8 of Wands is all about speed, action, movement, swift change, sudden action, okay? Manifesting things quickly and air travel, okay? So my heart goes out to you. Happy healing, especially when it comes to your mental health, because when we look at swords, it does have a lot to do with mental energy. So in regards to your mental health, make sure that you are taking care of yourself and that you get ready. Stay ready so you ain't got to get ready for the sudden change that is going to come with the loss that you just took, okay? All right, Sage. Next, after Sag is the big cats, Capricorn. Capricorn, let's see what you're holding. Capricorn. All right, so Capricorn. Well, one, I see a lot of isolated energy. Maybe you've been staying to yourself here. So the first card that I pull up is the Death card. The Death card. We have to get used to saying that, because the Death card is not what you think it is. It's all about transformation. Personal growth always means leaving something behind. So maybe you've isolated yourself. Maybe you have disconnected away from a certain idea, group, or person. Death just means the ending of a cycle, okay? Even death in our real life is just the ending of a cycle. We don't know where our soul goes when we die. It's just the ending of this body and we're transformed into something else. So it's all about a transformation of energy. So this is from endings, beginnings, change, transformation, transition, metamorphosis, just morphing and becoming a new creature, okay? And the end of the cycle. So Capricorn, it looks like because of this, we transition into this energy, the Wheel of Fortune. And with the Wheel of Fortune, it's all about whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Sometimes we spin the wheel and we go bankrupt. Sometimes we spin real and get $1 million, okay? But this is all about karmic life cycles, good luck, turning points, inevitable fates, up and downs, and being a little bit unpredictable. So when this card comes up, and it's ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is the sign of expansion and luck, okay? So when this card comes up, this is all about realizing that we cannot control our fate or our destiny, but we can put out good karma so we can get good karma back, okay? So this is where we're at. You're spinning the wheel right now. You're spinning the wheel. And whatever type of karma that you put out is what you can expect to get back. And it's going to take you into a place of all the answers to life are within you, okay? So whatever cycle ended or is beginning for you right here, you are going into this phase of whatever doesn't kill you make you stronger, and it's going to take you into some soul searching, some introspection. I see a lot of isolated energy here, some contemplation, some truth seeking, and some independence. You may have to be alone for a while, but it's only so you can hear your inner voice and that you can meditate and listen to your own consciousness. All the answers to life are within you, but you have to be able to seek them, and seeking them means that we often have to block out outside noise. So this is your time to get with yourself, Capricorn, and figure out what's going on. What's going on, Capricorn? Aquarius. Aquarius. All right, Aquarius. Let's see what the cards say about us, right? All right. All right, so Aquarius, I see the 10 of Cups, which is this really, really, really happy, emotional energy that everything you have planned has worked out. Life and love is good. So this is the phase that we are coming out of. So divine love, harmony, blissful relationships, inner happiness, fulfillment, dreams come true, and family contentment might be a place that you're in. Now, if it's on the shadow side, you might be moving into that, where it's kind of like the opposite. Maybe your family life is not what you expect it to be right now. Maybe some brokenness, but that's only on the shadow side. But in general, you should be coming into a phase of divine love where you are accepting things, because there have been some big movements in Aquarius that have been drawing a lot of different changes. But all in all, the 10 of Cups is a card of happiness, okay? Unless you're having some family issues and it's on the opposite side. But all in all, everything you have planned has worked out, and life and love is good. So right now, work-life balancing is important to protect your creativity. And they ain't lying. That is one of the biggest things that I'm dealing with right now. Making sure that I'm balancing my home, my work, my life, and my creativity, which is calling me. So making sure that we are working hard and setting high standards. This is about apprenticeship, talents, and skill development, and positive potential that we have to do things. So this is the 8 of Pentacles. So on the 8 of Pentacles, it's about mastering your creativity, mastering whatever your profession is, it's all about mastery though. So we're just in a phase of mastery, trying to figure this thing out. And I know for sure that I am, as an Aquarius sun, I'm definitely trying to master things, master my creativity, as well as master my different professions and goals. Okay, so going into the next phase of energy, you may feel your grief, but know that things will get better. So, this is the Five of Cups, and the Five of Cups is kind of like setbacks, and it's a reflective energy, okay? It's reflecting on the two cups that's kind of still standing while you mourn the three that have been knocked over. So in the card, there are 5 cups, right? So 3 have been knocked over, and there's 2 behind him that are still being protected. And that's what this energy is about. It's about acceptance. It's about acceptance, okay? Accepting things for what they are, Aquarius. So just keep working hard. You've already, kind of leveled yourself out and accepted what it is that you want as far as your emotions go, and you've reached emotional bliss. And right now you're just kind of working hard. But, sometimes we have to accept our losses and keep moving on and find peace. This could also be setbacks or something that you may have done that you have to forgive yourself for. And even bereavement. It might even mean loss of something or someone. But, just feel your grief and know that things will get better if and when this comes along. Just keep working, though. Keep working. Keep that 8 of Pentacle energy going in that time. Do not stop working. There's going to be setbacks. It's always going to be setbacks and challenges in life. Everything is not going to be roses and peaches and sweet all the time. So Pisces, what's up? All right, so Pisces, looks like you have also began a phase of judgment, okay? Judgment, the phase of judgment. Answering the call to action creates new opportunities. So this is all about inner calling. This is all about looking at what it is that I'm doing and what it is that I want to do and judging accordingly. It's about reckoning, a new awakening, a new phase in life, just new information and new things that we're learning, and comparing ourselves to those things and judging them accordingly. So right now, it looks like you might be in a place of a little bit of financial loss, maybe a lack of faith, some type of mindset. Something got you feeling a little bit of pessimism right now, worried or lonely or just in need, a little insecure, maybe fear, low self-esteem, Pisces. Something has you in your feels, okay? Especially when it pertains to your resources, where it looks like life is kind of hard right now. But if you look around, help is at hand. So you just gotta kind of take a look around. You got your eyes to the ground right now, but look up, okay? Look up, Pisces. Look up and look around. And whatever financial hardship or whatever issue that you're going on now, it's just temporary. It's just temporary. So the 5 of Pentacles is all about just feeling insecure in your resources, okay? But what I will say right now is that the 10 of Swords is all about loss, and it's hard loss, okay? It's about hard loss. So what it looks like we have going on here, Pisces, that you're getting ready to make a big jump. You're getting ready to make a big change because the Judgment card is calling you to a different place. And anytime that Judgment starts calling us, there is going to be some issues, okay? There's going to be some issues. There's going to be some issues that have us in the field. It's going to have to be our changes. Maybe you're in a situation that you don't want to be in anymore, but you are financially dependent on it. So once you let this situation go. You won't have access to the finances that you have right now. Maybe a job that you're working is just not a good place for you. So you're just in this place where you're not feeling very secure in your resources. But what's to come is going to be an ending. It's going to be an ending to the situation. It might not feel good. It probably won't feel good because it doesn't feel good, does it? It doesn't feel good when we have to have a painful ending where we have to cut things off and they don't just kind of dissipate or just kind of separate and do it on their own. You have to be the one to take the initiative. It doesn't feel good. So it may leave some wounds. You may have to deal with some betrayal, some loss, some type of collapse, and some type of defeat. But at least it will be over, okay? At least the judgment will be over. You have judged the situation. We know that we have to move on from it. So there may be some, some messed up feelings that come along with it, some messed up things that may happen, and some messed up losses. But at least it will be over, and it's going to be your opportunity to move into the next phase that you need to move on because you've already handled this unfinished business, Pisces. And last but never least, first in the zodiac actually, is Aries. New moon in Aries for the second time in a row. Very, very rare occurrence. This is your chance to recommit to anything new that you wanted to start. So Aries, what we got? All right, so Aries, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So we got a lovely rich lady walking through her garden with all her resources around that we get to enjoy the results of our hard work. So this card is all about the fruits of your labor: comfort, rewards, luxury, self-sufficiency, plenty of financial independence, and financial stability is the phase that you have been, the energy that you have been working in, Aries, that Nine of Pentacles. And it looks like where you are right now is still that resourceful energy where we move to the King of Pentacles. So we steady moving on up, right? So this is about wealth, business, leadership, security, success, you being able to solve your problems and other people's problems in practical ways. And when they say practical, that means with the resources that provided, with the right amounts of finance, not having to overdo it, okay? You just got the answers. So the King of Pentacles is all about abundance, prosperity, generosity, comfort, and discipline. So that's where you are, Aries. And I see the energy that you're moving into is going to be that Magician energy. So this is so the Magician card is actually associated with Mercury. It is card number 1 because guess what? We can't do anything if we don't have the proper tools. So this is going to show you that you are going to have the proper tools, that anything that you can imagine, you can make real. So you got it. Okay? This reading is saying that you got it. The finances will be there. The tools that you need will also be there for you to create and manifest a lot of skill, creativity, and power. The Magician is all about the tools, having the tools. Now, on the flip side, the Magician can be, if you have some issues going on somewhere, some shadow issues going on, the Magician is also the card of narcissism, thinking that you have it all together and you don't. So be very careful with that energy if you have anybody in your life that's trying to drain you right now, Aries. Okay? But all in all, on the collective, this looks like you have all the tools that you need. You have the wisdom from the King of Pentacles. You'll have the finances and the fruits of your labor from the Nine of Pentacles. And the Magician is coming through with all the tools that you need. And guess what? That concludes our Ratchet Astrology 101 video for our hybrid solar eclipse, new moon in Aries energy, as well as Taurus season kicking off, and as well as this Mercury retrograde that we have going on in Taurus as well. I hope that you guys are listening to your intuition just like we are listening to the energy that is going on around us. So make sure you check out the Patreon. I'm going to go ahead and do a return and sender spell. I'm probably gonna do it this evening and put it up. This video should be ready for you to view. Okay, so I appreciate all the love and support from all my lovely stars out there, and thank you for tuning in to another edition of Ratchet Astrology 101. Peace. I love y'all.